I will tell you about e-commerce investment shifts in this year. Why is it important to discuss this? Because there are more and more technologies that are emerging, and e-commerce managers and directors having difficult time right now trying to place the right bet, because there's plenty of things to do and no one knows what to do. So we figure out that we will ask about this. We will ask e-commerce managers and directors. So we ask 60 carefully chosen e-commerce directors and managers all around Europe about e-commerce trends. So first we ask them about their investment last year, and it shows clearly that they invest heavily in mobile, digital content, and omnichannel. Then we ask them about the investment plans for this year. And as you can see, still mobile omnichannel at the top spot of budgets, big data replace digital content. But having these two data sets, we were able to calculate the changes, and we are looking for trends that are really growing. And when we think about this, about changes, we saw that bots are growing like a hell. Big data, recommendation systems, automated pricing optimization, data-driven loyalty. So it looks like this year, the current year, will be the year of the bot. And we understand bot as a category when you can find Siri, Alexa, but also chatbots. So I will think about it as a conversational e-commerce. And why is it getting so popular? Our guess is that two trends merge here. First is growing popularity of messaging apps. We just get used to this kind of communication. And the second is massive improvement in artificial intelligence and voice recognition. Also on the hardware side, how many of you are using Alexa? Yeah, so microphones are much better today. That's why Alexa can hear you from the second room and still can understand you. So, of course, Amazon is the #1 player here. And the Echo device has been a huge success with estimated 9 to 12 millions of units already sold. It's a real big number if you think about it. And it works really, really good. And they're growing. They just opened Alexa Skills Marketplace. It's a single place where you can find new skills for Alexa. And it's also for us, software companies, this is interesting because basically it's very open, very easy to add new features, new skills. You can use an open API, and you just create an invocation name for your question, and then you responding to that question through that open API. So basically you can write code in whatever you want, just use this open API. And I think like this strategy is really interesting. This could build a marketplace as huge as App Store, because it now has more than 7,000 skills already, and it's just starting. So it's growing. There will be many interesting applications for Alexa, I think. And Alexa dominated this year CES exhibition with dozens of integrations and implementations in places like TVs, refrigerators, vacuum cleaners, even cars. Maybe you think you hear about it. Ford Fusion with Alexa works perfectly. So this is very interesting. And of course, all competitors are in this game too. And Google presents Google Home. And if you are a developer, you can also create actions for Google Home, quite similar, like with Alexa. And there's also you can find really interesting videos comparing these two devices. One of them I put here, and it looks like answers from Google Home are much better, more complex, more sophisticated. I think it's because Google acquired these brilliant guys from DeepMind company, and they probably have the best IA team on the planet right now. So Google has the potential to surpass Amazon, but at this moment, this huge library of content and very good logistics gives Amazon unfair running start. And it's also interesting because when you see the market, it's obvious that this will create new industry of totally new hardware. So it's like we could have Siri or Cortana, but it's not goes well, and people prefer to use new devices for this category. So this will also create a new massive business. But the market is still very vibrant, very dynamic. There's lots of new players to watch. The most interesting ones, Kick.com allows you to create branded bots, and there is interesting case study about Sephora. So Sephora allows clients to make an appointment to specific Sephora store using this chatbot based on Kick.com. Viv is very interesting. Viv is a platform, they name it intelligent interface for everything. So sounds quite like a bold statement, but when you realize that Viv is created by Siri founders, they probably know what they are doing, and they were acquired, just acquired by Samsung. So this could be a very interesting platform to build conversational interfaces, because it's just for that. And there are also startups like Operator is an AI augmented startup. So there are some people there, and there is an AI, and no one knows how much of which. And they create a network of concierges that could execute any shopping-related requests. So you can buy tickets, you can get some gift ideas, whatever you want. Very convenient to use, very interesting case. It's worth to test it. So bots are growing, but the next trends that are growing too are big data and recommendation. So together I call it intelligent commerce, and the four fastest growing trends are data-driven loyalty. Like basically loyalty isn't new, and there are plenty of loyalty programs, but when you observe the top performers, what's setting them apart is big data usage. They are just they are more intelligent in loyalizing clients. Visual search, very interesting, really helping clients find exactly what they want instantly, could be huge on mobile devices. Price intelligence, this is interesting because like price intelligence is a commodity right now. There's lots of applications you can just use. So this could be a quick win for any retailers, but still there's not so well adopted. And when you realize that probably you can rise some of your prices, but you need these tools to check which ones. And it's really easy to try, really worth it. And personalization, of course, and I came from UX design, so I'm always thinking about personalization as a shortcut for navigation. Because if user just gets what he wanted, you are minimizing the risk of failure in searching and buying process. So instead, searching, just get your recommended product, buy it, end of the story. That's the design of the future, without clicking through categories, etc., etc. So these trends are growing, but the question is also about trends that will have the biggest impact in the long run. So we ask also about this, and we ask one more interesting question about trends that have the highest ROI today. And then we create a map. I know it's small font. If someone want to analyze it, I could send you a copy of this. But the most important part is high potential, high impact to the market in the next 5 years, and ROI, maturity ROI. And at the intersection of these, we can find big data, omnichannel, and mobile. This is very interesting. And of course, both are here, so very high transformative potential, but they're lacking of ROI today. So we are waiting for the killer app for bots, because now it's trending, but no one knows what's the killer app. And which is also interesting, mobile is not trending anymore, because it's at the center of everyone's budgets already. And also this year will consume high portion of their budgets. So let's move to the mobile for a while. It's obvious that retailers who are weak in mobile, in this year they're going to lose out. And there will be many mobile-centric redesigns. We saw first this kind of redesigns last year, and there will be more and more. It's at this last year was very easy for us to increase conversion by 100% or increase revenue from mobile to like by 200%. So still, this is quick win. Redesigning, and we were redesigning the mobile versions. So it's not like we don't have mobile version, we create mobile version and conversion increase. We had mobile version done 4 years ago, and the improvement in mobile devices is so big, so there's a space to improve UX. We improve UX and we receive much higher conversion. But still there's plenty to do, and mobile abandonment rates, when you ask the client about inputs, credit card details, exceeding 80%. So in general, people are not buying on the mobile. 80% just, abandon the process. So of course there's a lot of mobile-friendly payment systems, but we must adapt them, and then we must teach clients how to use them. And of course, mobile wallets are getting more and more popular, and that's why I strongly believe this is how and why the mobile conversion rates will grow and will skyrocket. So the mobile will be bigger and bigger in the next years. And of course, tools like personal assistants, this visual search I've just described, or messaging apps, all these tools will help us buy on mobile. So it will be even bigger. And last year, we analyzed the design trends, and we saw they're also hugely impacted by mobile. And this is really happening. Like, there are more and more websites designed for mobile first, and then made responsive for larger screen later. So the mobile first approach is getting real. And there are also trends like material designs or hidden menus that came from mobile are becoming more and more popular, because all this decreasing clutter on the e-commerce sites. So there will be more and more websites designed just like this, using card-like layouts, and people get very familiar with these hidden menus and hamburger menus, etc. So there will be no risk of doing this. And last but not least, it's not so pleasant, but web push notification will be everywhere. And because they have high ROI today, and probably we will overuse it, because marketers will love this, and we'll have plenty of them. Yeah, but this will happen. And finally, we get to the omnichannel, and I will name it omnichannel buzzword of the century in retail, but unfortunately, it's not so obvious. It's not a buzzword because it's really the most important topic for any of today's chain retailer. Despite all that investments in omnichannel, we see the gap between clients' expectations and companies' possibilities to respond is growing. It's bigger and bigger. And maybe you also realize that, you know, we want to use everything as an as an app in our phone. We need this high usability, and it's hard for understand that, I don't know, we can't check the availability of the goods in the local store, because it's really hard to convince client, oh, you know, it's hard to integrate Magento with ERP. We have this, you know, we are working on that. Clients just need to check the availability. Clients are also open for this function I call save the sale. So you try to buy something, and this isn't available. So you're saying, okay, guys, so I will pay right now in the store and just send it by DHL to my home. Try this. There will be a huge problem with this. So only 30% of retailers are ready to this kind of processes, omnichannel processes. So of course, companies who will respond to that needs, they will win client satisfaction and they will win the market. But it's not so easy. To do so, you need to connect silos in your company, encourage cooperation between various departments, maybe merge some KPIs. So at this moment, only 6% of managers declaring that there are no major issues with channel integration. So it's a huge problem right now. Gartner predicts that by 2020, 85% of relation between company and the client will take place without human interaction. So it's really something. It's scary, but when you think about the trends I've described, I think it's quite a realistic scenario. We must be ready. So if I were an e-commerce manager right now, I will invest heavily in this omnichannel big data mobile. I will observe the bots market because there's a place for many killer apps there. Yeah, so if you are interested in this topic, I could send you full report we publish. There's much more information than I showed you. Just feel free to contact. Yeah, that's all from me. Thanks.